Hey everyone! In my last video, we covered eligibility for the California bar exam. The biggest takeaway being that the LLM might not be required. Now the real work begins, that's preparation. So, as an international lawyer, you face unique challenges from mastering US legal writing to navigating the sheer volume of material. Today, I am giving you my proven step by step strategy to tackle the MBEs, essays, and performance tests so that you can study smarter, not just harder. So, let's dive into the prep plan that works well for the foreign trained lawyers. I have divided the prep plan into three phases. Phase 1, the foundation, where we will understand the US legal system. Phase 2, mastering the components, where we will do practice, practice, and practice. Phase 3, the final polish, that is the simulated exam. Now let's start with phase 1. So, phase 1, the foundation, understanding of the US legal system. The first 3 to 4 weeks should be devoted to build that foundation. Now, while you will be building that foundation, do not rush this. Why? Because this is important. This is the foundation on which your whole preparation is going to be dependent. So, while you will be building the foundation, what you are going to focus on? You are going to focus on the 7 core MBE subjects. Now, which are these? The constitutional law, contracts, torts, criminal law and procedure, evidence, civil procedure, and real property. As MBE is a national law, so this is where you are going to start. While you will be doing these core subjects, do not do just reading, do active reading and outlining. What does that mean? You do not just watch lectures or just read the textbooks. Whatever you are going to read or watch, you will have to outline. You will have to create your own outlines so that it will be better for you to understand what was there in the law. So, understand that coming from a common law system, it might be different for you. You will have to focus on the rule statements because this is a civil law system. So, the important tip is focus on the rule statements. Bridge the vocabulary gap. Here in the US legal system, there is a different vocabulary used. For example, you will have to understand what is diversity jurisdiction. You will have to understand what is fee simple absolute. So, understand that vocabulary. For that, what you can do, you can create your flashcards. Now, those flashcards could be digital or physical, the way you feel comfortable. So, this was about our phase 1. Focus on the core subjects, do active reading and outlining, and bridge the vocabulary gap by creating the flashcards. Now coming to phase 2, mastering the components. This is where you shift your gears. You'll have to spend at least 4 to 5 weeks heavily on the practice and the timings. Timing is very important because in the exam you are going to get not even a minute or two to attempt one question. So in that limited time, you will have to go through the question, you will have to go through the options, do your analysis and select the right answer. So in the phase 2, you are going to look at the strategies. What are the strategies about? About the MB strategies, essay strategy and the PT strategy. Let's talk about the MB strategy, quality and quantity. I would say practice at least 30 to 40 questions every day so that you can practice not just quality or quantity, but you can also focus on the timing. Do a mix and match of the topics while you will be attempting these 30 to 40 questions, because in the exam you are not going to get the questions subject wise. It will be a mix and match. This is how you are going to focus on the timings as well, because this is how your mind is going to work, right? you are going to attempt a question on constitutional law. Okay, your mind is completely on the constitutional law. Then the next question is focusing on the contract law. So you will have to focus on the subjects simultaneously. So practice quality, quantity, as well as the timing. So this is about the MBE strategy. Now, there is another tip I would like to talk about. While you are attempting questions, you will have to focus a lot on the interpretation of the explanation. When I talk about interpretation, do not just analyze your wrong options, also analyze the right ones. Why did you get it right? Of course, you'll have to pay more attention to the wrong ones, but focus on the right one's explanation also, because in the other question it could come as an other statement where your right answer is going to be the wrong ones and the wrong ones are going to be the right. So focus on the interpretation. This is about the MBE strategy of the questions. Now coming to the essay strategy, you will have to at least attempt 2 essays every day. Why? Because you will have to understand that the California bar exam is a format based exams. Either you can follow the IRAC or CRAC. What is IRAC? Issue, rule, analysis and conclusion. So you are going to practice your essays based on any of these, IRAC or CRAC. This is about the essays. Now coming to international essay tip. Why I would like to give you this tip is that the California essays are not about the theory, right? If you are customized to write your essays in just a theory pattern where you are not doing the practical assessment, then you're doing it wrong. Why? Because in the exam, you'll be given a situation, right? You will have to understand that, you'll have to apply the law, you'll have to do the analysis, and you'll have to do the conclusion. That is why you will have to do the practical assessment, right? So at least 2 essays are important to be practiced each and every day. Now, coming to performance test. Performance test is a unique challenge because it is a 90 minutes test, right? You will be given everything in the performance test. You will have your library, you will have your law, you will have your task memo. So first you are going to see what is the task memo. Then you are going to look at the library, right? What is the law given there? And then you are going to read your file. You are going to read the file. In the file, you will get the facts. So you will have to do this efficiently in the 90 minutes, everything. So please understand that the PTs are long. So you will have to time yourself to complete a PT in 90 minutes. I would say at least practice 5 PTs before the exam. In that you will at least get a grip that okay, this is not a surprise coming to you, right? When you're sitting in the exam, you know how you are going to approach the PT. Now, coming to the final phase, the simulated exam. The final 2 weeks are about simulation and stress reduction. Stress, right? Of course, you are going to face a lot of stress. I have experienced it and everybody does. It's natural. So do not worry about it that, oh God, I'm feeling so stressed, how I'm going to perform. You're going to perform well. You have studied well. You have practiced well. So let's talk about what you are going to do in the final day. So in the final one, you are going to take a full mock exam. What do you mean by full mock exam? You are going to simulate your entire 2 days exactly with respect to the exam conditions. So you are going to do 2 MBEs, full mock test, and in the next day you are going to attempt the 5 essays and the 1 PT exam. So simulate the entire 2-day exam under the real-time constraints. When I talk about the real-time constraints, that means you'll have to time yourself. You cannot say that, okay, I'm just, giving at home, so I'll allow myself 10 more minutes. No. So under the real time constraints, so that you know how it is going to be on the actual exam day. This is essential for building endurance, right? This is essential for building endurance, confidence, and that you can do it, right? So you need to know what it feels like to sit for the long hours during those 2 days. Review your weakest subjects. In the final phase, this is very important that you review your weakest subjects. Of course, you're not going to leave behind your strong ones, right? You are going to revise those as well. You are not going to revise the whole syllabus. You remember I told you in the first phase you are going to make your outline, you are going to make your flashcards, you are going to review those in the last phase. So review your strongest subjects as well as your weakest subjects, of course the priority being on the weakest subjects. Prioritize, which we do not generally, sleep and diet, right? We always feel like tomorrow is my exam, this is the last day of my preparation, maybe let's study 3-4 more hours, maybe until in the morning. No, please understand, this is a very, very lengthy exam. To sit in that exam, you will have to have a proper sleep. So your sleep and diet is very, very important. Hydrate yourself, sleep well, and eat properly. You have studied enough in the past weeks. Now this is the time to test that preparation and pass the exam. Thank you.